Hello again and welcome to this week's edition of your Wheel and Anchor weekly newsletter. Well, we've certainly had some positive news over the last couple of weeks. I was very pleasantly surprised to see that 2 and potentially more vaccines have come out that could potentially mean the light at the end of the tunnel that we've all been waiting for. It's really quite remarkable, the level of human ingenuity, the level of effort that has been put into creating a vaccine in such a record time. And by all accounts, it seems to be quite effective. And of course, there's still some testing and an approval phase to be gone through. But I'm, for one, reassured and hopeful that we may indeed have a light at the end of the tunnel. And of course, if you're one of those who are unsure about this vaccine and what it means and how it, if it's really going to work and all of the ramifications of it, I think that is a very fair place to be. I'm one of those who wouldn't generally want to be at the front of the line in terms of taking something like that. And I think it speaks volumes to the thousands upon thousands of people who have put their own concerns and worries aside to be part of the test group that have allowed these vaccines to reach the phase that they're at now. So some positive news for sure, and certainly for those of us who are travelers, and for me in the travel business, it can't possibly have come at a better time. And that being said, of course, we still have a tremendous amount of logistics ahead before we can actually see this taking effect. And these days, when things seem to be getting a lot worse before they get better, as we go into lockdown in various parts of Canada, we realize how urgent it is for this to get rolled out so that we can kind of gradually return to normal life. And so there's still some many months ahead where we're going to have to battle this. We're going to have to follow the rules, and we're going to have to hang in there so that we can get back to traveling. So I'm optimistic that for the latter part of next year, that we'll be able to enjoy some of the wonderful places around the world that at this point we can only dream about. So on that note, coming up on this Thursday, we have the next edition of our travel forums. This one is about unusual river cruises. We're going to be looking at river cruises in Southeast Asia, in particular the Chindwin River in Myanmar, the Brahmaputra in the Assam region of India, as well as the Red River in Vietnam. So join us, stay tuned for that. And that's going to be this coming Thursday, and you'll find a link to register for that in the blog below. And then we're going to have the third edition of our Incredible Rail Journeys webinar. That's going to happen on December the 3rd, and we're going to be looking at 2 amazing transcontinental journeys in Australia. The Indian Pacific, which goes from west to east, and the Ghan, which go from Adelaide and the south of Australia all the way up to Darwin in the north. So 2 exciting journeys. Stay tuned for those. And again, you can find a link to register for that in the blog below. So I look forward to catching you on one of those webinars. And in the meantime, let's stay hopeful, let's stay positive, and celebrate the fact that human achievement has gotten us to where we are now and will hopefully get us out of this whole mess before too long. All the best.